Hey guys, KB Miller here with the traveling vlog. Happy Halloween. I have my shirt on. It says I'm the Good Witch. I don't know if you guys can see it. One of my favorite shirts. I have lots and lots of Halloween shirts. And of course I've got my hat on and my ghosties going. Okay. Let's get started. I guess let's talk about, I have a blog tour going on right now. We just had a winner for the 1,000 fans giveaway, and we literally went from like 950 fans to, oh gosh, it's like 1,110 right now. Amy McCool won a copy, it was her choice, of Haunted Moon or Harvest Moon in print, and she chose Haunted Moon. And she's got a killer swag pack coming to her too. Magnets, bookmarks, mini posters, and a pen, along with the print copy of Haunted Moon. So Amy, that's on its way to you. Congratulations. The blog tour that we're on right now, there's a grand prize of, you get one copy of each of the print books. Haunted Moon, you'll get Harvest Moon, you'll get Compulsion, and it will be up to you if you want the old cover or the new cover. I'm going to leave it up to the winner so they can choose which one they want. They also are going to get, the winner gets a tote bag, a Proud Member of the Moon Coven tote bag, and this one is actually mine. And I love it. One of my hairs on it. I love it, and people around town, they knew what the Moon Coven is, so it's pretty cool. Okay, since we're just starting with me, let's go ahead and finish with me so I can move on to everyone else quickly. Okay, so Haunted Moon, we know about that. Compulsion's new cover. Isn't that gorgeous? And the model on here is absolutely beautiful, and I've got all of the covers ready for the 5 books, the 5 main books, and I'll give you guys just got a sneak peek on the fan page, and I did a thank you video on the blog that was posted. It was posted on Wednesday, so you guys got to see a sneak peek of Conversion's cover, but I'll do it side by side so you can see them. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. And wait till you see the 3rd book. I was having the worst time coming up with the title for the 3rd book because I know what's happening in the story, and it's kind of hard to ask other people for help with it. And my husband, the inspiration for Mason, he came to me and he said, Kim, you know, I think that this would work. And so he gave me a title that I am in love with, and I'm going to do a title and cover reveal for that down the line, because Conversion's not going to be out until, I want to say February, March, April area, somewhere in there. And then I'm hoping that by the time that this has aired, that Harvest Moon has gone live for you guys, and you guys will be able to get that one on Amazon. Amazon had been giving me like a crazy time of fit. So then there's this one. Harvest Moon is Lachlan's story, and they're just companions that go along, read the main story, and the novellas are just companions to go along because people ask for more information about certain characters, and I wanted to give it to you because I know these people, these characters, and I say people because to me they're people, inside and out. Okay, Ghosts from My Past. These are 4 stories of things that actually happened to me, and you guys will see why they're ghosts from my past. Somebody asked me if I was doing kids' stories, and I am. I'm not big into the erotic stuff, only because it's not what I choose to read. It's just not, I have nothing against it. I have friends that write erotica, and they are amazing authors, and the way that they weave words are incredible. But it's just not my chosen genre to read, therefore it's not my chosen genre to write. But I do like writing stuff for kids because, well, I have a kid, and I'm just a big kid at heart anyway, so. We turned our brother into a zombie, and then a witch for Christmas. These are both in the same grouping together. The main characters are the siblings, and Holly is the oldest, and they just find out that they're witches in And then A Witch for Christmas, Holly actually comes into her full powers on her 13th birthday, which happens to be Christmas. So yes, those will be coming down for me. Another series that is going to be started before the end of the year that you guys will get, it's a serial novel. So I want to make sure I make this clear to you guys now. It's a serial novel. It's 20,000 words, and there are 5 parts to it. When put together, it would be a 100,000 word novel. But I'm doing it in parts because there's so many cliffhangers that I want to put in, but it just wouldn't work well for one full book. And I've contemplated doing this different ways, and this is the only way that I feel, for me, because I'm writing it for me, that would work. So is Supernatural Society. And this is Bianca. And there's our badge for the society. And I showed you guys the last time the locket that the witch in the series Amelia wears. And there's going to be a contest after Christmas for one lucky person to win one of those lockets. Okay, now after Christmas, like I said, Haunted Moon, Compulsion, Harvest Moon, Ghost from My Past. You guys have those. Uh-oh, A Witch for Christmas, and Supernatural Society will all be out before the end of 2012. In 2013, what you have to look forward to is, of course, Conversion. And there are 2 more companion novellas that are going to go with that. Lost Moon and Blood Moon. I'm in the middle of working on a standalone book called Accidentally Dead. And I cannot tell you, I could tell you, but I don't want to tell you guys what it's about. But I can tell you this, it's something I've not done. Usually when you think of the paranormal genre, you think of vampires, witches, ghosts, werewolves, things like that. This is not that. So it's a little different. Trinity's Quest is also a little different for me because I normally don't work with angels and demons. And I do in this book. And this book, my husband actually helped with this book, with the research, because it was many, many hours of research for this. So my husband is also an author on that book. I'm excited about that. And this is my first adult paranormal series that's coming out, and I've been able to be a little bit more free with my vocabulary, and anyone who knows me knows that in front of everyone, because I have a child and I don't speak around my child like that, but around my friends, dude, I'm like a sailor. I cuss like a sailor. It's horrible. And I was able to really set free in Wicked. And the series is called the Wicked series, and the first book is Welcome to Wicked, Massachusetts. And it is pretty killer. I came up with every one of these creatures myself, and their powers, their talents, their flaws, their faults, their defining moments. I came up with everything myself, and I'm just thrilled with it. Okay, so that's me. Oh, and for the blog tour, it's a print copy of each Harvest Moon, Haunted Moon, and Compulsion. The tote bag that you saw, the winner also gets a proud member of the Moon Coven pen with a swag pack, and they get a $25 Amazon gift card. So if you guys haven't entered that blog tour giveaway Rafflecopter, do it. I'm telling you. Who couldn't use 25 extra bucks to grab some stuff for Christmas, right? I mean, I enter all kinds of giveaways, so make sure you enter it. Okay, now on to my friends. Because they're the ones I really like to talk about anyway. And everyone knows that. Alright, we are going to start, since it's Halloween, we are going to start with Jeff. Because Jeff writes horror, and he is, in my mind, the next Stephen King. And people have asked, are you guys really that close? And we really are. And if it's something horror related, I go right to him, because he knows what he's talking about. We're going to a convention in July. It's a horror convention, and I can never remember the name of this convention. And we'll be speaking on a panel. I look forward to being able to go and hang out with Jeff to absorb as much as possible from him, because he is so smart. He just has so much knowledge to offer on so many different contexts, so many different areas in this. So if you guys have not picked up the Spirit Box or Northwest, the third one is Send No Angel. It's the John Hazard series, and I love this. I love this series. I've actually read it a couple of times since I've gotten the books. I'm that much in love with it. And he's also got another one that's called the Horror Challenge. You send in suggestions, like you want him to use the mailman and a hairbrush, and he creates an entire short story around those things with, you know, you as one of the cast, like one of the characters. It is phenomenal. Jeff is amazing, so I can't say enough good things about him. And he's my friend. So, okay, let's go on to my Honey Bunches of Oats. This is Jennifer Malone Wright. If you guys haven't heard about the Vampire Hunter's Daughter, then you guys have kind of been living under a rock, because this thing has been everywhere. The commercial plays during, there's a commercial for this, and it plays during the Vampire Diaries in her neck of the woods. And this thing is going to be like going massively global here. So if you guys haven't gotten on board yet, jump on board. She's also got the Birth of Jaden, and then next, everyone kept wondering whether or not there was going to be anything else from Jen on this. And Arcadia Falls, she's working on that now. I know for a fact, because I've been talking to her about it. So get ready, because the next, you guys are going to get your Chloe fix. And the first part of this, the E part of this, because it's 6 different parts, the first part of this is always free. Always free. So go to Amazon, download it. Go to Barnes & Noble, download it. And she's, like I said, she's also got the Birth of Jaden. So keep an eye on that, because I know that she's going through and doing re-edits on that and rewriting a few scenes. And I think, I can't remember, I think it's getting a new cover too. I'm not sure. But go check that out. Okay, the last one of the paranormal Brat Pack. And she's the kind of the glue that keeps us together, is Willow Cross. One of my besties. Okay, the Dark Gift series. There's big news, though, for the Oceans of Red series. It's being made into a web series. Can you believe it? I'm so stoked. I cannot wait to see how they're going to do this. I love Remy's character. Shane, the sister, is absolutely hysterical. And Greg, oh my god, how can you not fall in love with Greg? It's just hysterical. The first part of Oceans of Red is free everywhere, so go grab it. She has Afterlife, is a companion novella to the Dark Gift series. The first one in this is Birthright, and then it's Inheritance. But she also has the Bloodstone Oracle that's a companion to this. But Afterlife is free, so go grab it so you guys can get like a little taste and see if you guys like it. And I'm telling you, there's no way that you won't. My husband is a very, very picky reader, and he fell in love with this. Willow doesn't make her women, you know, defenseless, and she doesn't make her men perfect. They're flawed, and flawed in good ways. So grab these, grab these, grab these. Plus, she's got the second in her haunted series. She's actually the one who said that I should write Ghosts from My Past, and I wrote that because of her, telling you guys some of my stories. But she has two of them, Haunted and Haunted 2. Plus, she has a higher calling that's out there that's like, for those of you that haven't read it, it's one of those things, it empowers women, because you don't let yourself get taken advantage of, and I love that book. One of my favorite novellas ever is A Higher Calling. Okay, so now you've seen everything that's going on with the Paranormal Brat Pack right now. And with it being Halloween, let's move on to some spooky stories. I also, just so you guys know, that I'm not sure if I'm putting the video under here or if I'm going to wait to do it until Halloween. I went to Gettysburg, and I took you guys to show you some of the places that I go to write. But I also let you in on one of my stories that happened in Gettysburg. And I actually have it written out. So I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to put it here. So if it's not here, then on the 31st, the 30th at night, it will be posted so that it can stay on the blog all day long on the 31st. Okay, one of my favorite books to read at Halloween, and my monkey has just read it for the first time, and I'm just absolutely thrilled, because now he's a Walking Dead fan too, so mother's pride, you know, is the classic Washington Irving, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It doesn't get more Halloween than this. there's not anything that I can say. If you haven't read this book, I have no clue what you're waiting for. It's insanity. Pick it up, read it. This particular book has other stories in it, and the monkey was cracking up at the stories in here. Rip Van Winkle's in here, and he was like, Mom, that sounds pretty good to me. I'm just gonna sleep. He's also 10, so we're getting at that age. A vampire series that I've just started and had not really gotten into till now, but everybody has been talking about it, and so I bought the books, and I'm gonna be like devouring them, probably like solely devouring them after Breaking Dawn, because you guys know that we get Breaking Dawn Part 2, the final portion of the Twilight Saga. So I'll be at the theaters, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be going with my cousin and a few other people, because we have a good time when we go together. Okay, is Rachel Kane's the Morganville Vampires. I had a hard time getting into it at first, but now that I'm into it, I kind of want to wait, because I want to be able to devour it, and I have work I have to get done, and I'm one of those readers that once I go in, I don't want to come out. So, and I bought all of the books, so I'm thinking that I'm going to hold off and put them back on my bookshelf until I get my stuff done for the year. That way I can sit down and really devour these. But these, like I said, it took me a little bit to get into, but now that I'm into it, I'm just like, oh my god, I've got to know what happens. But that goes with every book, because you have to kind of set the scene, you've got to set the stage, and sometimes it's not always the most fascinating. And as authors, we try to make everything fascinating, but sometimes you just can't, you know. So you kind of, I can tell you this, that someone asked me in an interview recently what was the hardest scene for me to write ever, and I'll tell you, the hardest chapter for me to write in Compulsion was the will reading, because I have to go through and detail everything that each person gets, and I know that it's tedious, but it's information that you guys need for the next books, because all of those things, and even the parents' things, you're going to need, they're going to be referenced in future books. So it's tedious, and that's what happened. It took me a little bit to get into, but now that I'm into it, I'm like, woohoo. Alright, well, this is one of my first indie authors that I'm doing. I'm doing 2 indie authors today, I think. Yeah. I have read this book, Darkspell, by Elizabeth Mueller. She is an indie author. And if I remember correctly, I think that there's illustrations in the book, and either she or her son or somebody did these illustrations, and I cannot remember who. I want to see if it will say who did it, because the illustrations are amazing. And she is one of my friends. As you see, we get private messages. I get private notes. So check out Elizabeth Mueller. This is a new kind of it's a new kind of magic. It's a new kind of dark thing. And even though I don't like to necessarily all the time write dark, I do enjoy reading it, and this was a really good book. I gave this book 5 stars. So for me, I've got to want to have print copy to give a book 5 stars, and Darkspell gets it, so go get it. I mean, there's still time before Halloween, so go grab that. Okay, now the next book that I'm gonna feature, I'm gonna wait and feature that one after, so that I can feature those and put these together. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. This is one that I'm featuring for my kitties. It's just a book that I grabbed that it's spooky stories for kids, and I absolutely love it. And there's all kinds of books, I mean all kinds of stories in here. This is my favorite, The Monkey's Paw. That's why it flips so easily to that one. I got this a couple of years ago for my monkey. I'm trying to see, it's Publications International Ltd is who published it, but I picked this book up at Ollie's, and it's just, for being a mom and seeing that your child is getting into a holiday, you don't want to bombard them into something that's too heavy. And because I do write kid stories and adult paranormal and YA paranormal. I wanted to feature something for my little kids. And shockingly, I have a lot of young fans. I mean, little kids fans are getting excited about Uh-Oh, and they're getting excited about A Christmas Witch. So, and one of the moms knew that I was writing the fairy series, Ravenwood, with the morals. That whole series is about nothing but morals. And the little girl, I think she's 7, and her name, oh gosh, I think it's Allison. I'm pretty sure it's Allison. Beth is one of the fans on the page. If I got her name wrong, I'm so sorry. But Allison's looking forward to Ravenwood because it's fairies, and I'm just really excited about it. So I wanted to feature that for you guys, for my kids. Okay, so the next author I'm going to feature is actually a traditionally published author, and he's pretty big. He's one of the legends in horror, and it's none other than Mr. Stephen King. And I'm featuring this book, Salem's Lot. This Pet Sematary was like one of my big, scary book kind of things. But I've recently reread Salem's Lot because my copy like kind of got destroyed, and my husband found it again for me new. So I was able to reread it again, and what can I say? He's a master with working your mind. He's a master. I'm trying not to say this the wrong way. He's a master manipulator of words, not a master manipulator in life. I don't know if he is. I think he's a delightful man. But the reason why I'm doing him is because Jeff, J.H. Glaze, his writing resembles the way that he twists and turns, so Jeff, to me, is the next Stephen King. He's on that path. Now, there's a female version of that in my mind that writes this way, where they, the twists and turns are very elaborate, and you have to pay attention, because if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss something, and then you'll miss how it's going to end. And like I said, there's a female version of that, and that would be Joanne Buchanan. I Am Wolf has done exceptional. Everyone's in love with it, and there is a sequel, The Kiss. And yes, I have both in paperback. They're amazing. I'm absolutely, and I can't tell you which one. I thought that I was in love with this cover, and it's okay, but this one I really, really like. It's really dark, so I really, really like this cover, especially this time of the year. Joanne's writing style is very much like Stephen King. Like I said, she's that female version. She will twist and turn things and paint pictures with words that you have to pay attention to, because some of the words she uses has like dual meanings, so you really have to pay attention to what she's saying, because if not, you'll miss something. And I like that in the writer, because I don't want it to be that easy. If I'm trying to read something like this genre, I don't want it to be that easy. Don't give me everything. Let me have to figure it out. Let me imagine some things. Let it play out in my head. And Joanne does that, and so mad props. Cracked my elbow again. I'm telling you, I'm going to beat myself up. I just fell down the steps a couple of days ago. You guys know about that, and I broke my foot. I'm just ripping myself apart over here. Okay. So that, is there anything else I need to talk about? I don't think so. I will probably be very, very quiet through the month of November, because I have a lot of stuff to get done. So you guys, I'll still get my vlog up, and I'll still be doing Author's Corner every Wednesday. But like Facebook, doing things on Facebook, you probably won't see too much of me, because I have a lot to get done behind the scenes. And with Christmas coming up, I have to talk to Santa Claus quite a bit, because my monkey is a spoiled little monkey, and we have to coordinate. So I will be pretty much offline for a little while. If you guys need to get a hold of me, Melanie Rovac, Jenny Needham, Sabrina Ford, Julie Newberry, they're admins on my page. You can always reach out to them. If you leave a message on the page, one of them will respond to it, and if it's something that's important, they will contact me. Authors, keep writing. You guys are doing an amazing job. getting books out there. Make sure you're editing. You're getting things edited. That's been one of the big things that people have been talking about is things that aren't going out completely edited. And yeah, we just have to do editing, and there are plenty of great editors out there. Keep the stories going, get them edited. I wanted to say something. There's a couple new graphic arts design, like cover design companies. You can always go to Paragraphics if you guys need a cover. Paragraphics does an amazing job. Root Valley just opened up a graphics company. I cannot remember what the name of it is. I promise though I will post it on the blog. And then there's another one that's called Covers by Magical Design. And I don't know if they have, because they're the ones who did my covers. And I'm not sure if they have a Facebook page. I'll have to check. And if they do, I'll make sure there's contact information. And as always, there'll be contact information for all the authors and books and links and who's-y, what's-its for everybody. Oh yeah, I did want to say something. Parents, it's Halloween. Stay with your kids. Keep them safe, please, 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 please. I was just absolutely heartbroken the other day because another kid was abducted. And you know, this time of the year, the crazies are all out. And I don't mean crazies like as witches or anything like that. I mean people that are mentally unsound that will take your children. Please be careful. Make sure you guys wear bright clothes on Halloween so that the cars can see you. Glow sticks. Make sure that you guys have some of these things because cars can see those. Kids, make sure that you let your parents check your candy before you eat it because there are mean people out there and I don't want anybody to get hurt. Aside from that, please, please, please watch lots of scary movies, read lots of haunted books, pick up one of my books, pick up one of my friends' books, give us a read, and have a fantastic Halloween, guys. Just go out and do it up. Until next time, which will be right around Thanksgiving, as always, twitchy witchy kisses, all my love. Mwah. Bye, guys.